potential dream. Visualize just what we mean. Innovation shaping our fate. Together we celebrate. From data to display, community lights the way. Liquid Galaxy, we see it all. Technological marvel standing tall. Liquid Galaxy, together we thrive. In the heart of the tech beehive.
Hello everyone, my name is Mahinour Elsarky from Cairo, Egypt. I recently graduated from Cairo University Faculty of Engineering Department and I currently work at Ericsson as a graduate data scientist. I'm very happy to be here today to talk about my journey with Google Summer of Code and talk about my experience to becoming a Women Tech Maker Ambassador and my goal to becoming a GSoC mentor this year with Liquid Galaxy. So let's start and I hope you enjoy it. As you can see, GSoC or Google Summer of Code is a global online program focused on bringing contributors and people all over the world to open source software development. And the program is sponsored by Google and it has been running for 20 years as last year with GSoC 20th anniversary. You can see from this slide some statistics such as the number of contributors accepted in 2023 and 2024, the number of proposals submitted, the number of mentors and organizations, and you can see there are plenty. First, for the eligibility rules, you have to be at least 18 years old, you have to be a student or new to open source development, and you only can participate a maximum of 2 times, like I did. I participated 2 times in 2023 and 2024. Also, contributors work under the guidance of mentors and organization admins. Contributors can choose a full-time or a part-time commitment, and this shows how flexible the program is. So according to your schedule and according to your timeline, how busy you are, you can choose a small project, a medium project, or a large project that you can commit to. And of course, upon successful completion, you gain many benefits, such as a certificate of completion, a stipend according to the size of the project, and a one-time referral for a possible job opportunity at Google. And of course, top of it all is the expertise and the networking that you will gain. And this will bring a strong impression on your resume and, of course, in your job interviews. So the GSoC timeline usually goes as follows. Of course, it can change from year to year by the exact dates. However, this is the flow that has been going for years. So first of all, the organization application period starts, and then the organizations that are successful are announced. And after that, of course, the contributors begin to contact the organizations and apply and submit their proposals. Then the proposals are reviewed. Then the successful contributors' projects are announced. Then afterwards, before the coding period officially begins, there is a community bonding period. And then after the coding period, there is 2 evaluations. One is the midterm evaluation, where the contributors see if he is managing his goals correctly and to see if he's doing a good job or not. And accordingly, he takes the feedback to proceed to the final evaluation. And of course, after you submit all this, the results will be announced later on. So this is usually the timeline that always occur in GSoC. So let's get to why I chose Liquid Galaxy organization from all the other organizations that were in GSoC. I chose it due to many, many reasons, which are stated here in this slide. So first of all, it's well structured and organized. It has very clear processes and well-documented resources everywhere. Also, it's a very supportive and encouraging community. Starting from Andrew, the admin, he provides exceptional support and guidance in every step of the way. Of course, you will also meet a network of experts, professional mentors, and other fellow contributors that will help you and that you will gain a lot from them all over your journey in GSoC with them. There is also diverse technologies to explore. So you'll find many technologies that you can work on and learn with Liquid Galaxy, starting from mobile development and web development, also AI, networking, visualization tools, KMLs, a lot more. So you'll definitely gain a lot of experience and knowledge and skills in your journey with Google Summer of Code, with Liquid Galaxy. And also, if, for example, you are very good at the technology, so you will definitely find a project that suits your expertise in those skills and those technologies. However, if you are for example, weak in something, you will also find an extensive learning resources that are available in Liquid Galaxy documentations. You will also find videos, educational videos, and you will find many well-structured materials that make self-learning much easier. So even if you're weak in something or weak in a special technology or skill that you want to enhance or grow in it, you will find the resources that you will need that will help you in your project that you choose. So I recommend that you go through the documentations and you will find everything you want. Also, the Liquid Galaxy experience itself, it's amazing. You can build applications with stunning KML-based visualizations and immersive 3D mapping. You'll also have a unique hands-on experience with interactive geographical data. Also, another strong point with Liquid Galaxy is the great exposure and growth opportunities. You're always given a chance to present sessions, share knowledge with others, and mentor others as well. You can also build a professional network and industry connections. So this is always done with Liquid Galaxy. Of course, at the end, it is fun and rewarding experience, and because the community encourages creativity and innovation. So let's talk more about Liquid Galaxy organization. Liquid Galaxy is a remarkable panoramic system that started off as a Google project to run Google Earth across multiple PCs, but it has grown from there. And now it's extending the Liquid Galaxy system with open source software, both improving its administration and enabling open source applications. So that content of various types can be displayed in immersive panoramic environments. The Liquid Galaxy usually consists of three or more computers, as we will see in the next slide with images. And usually its architecture is a master-slave architecture. So you can see here, there are plenty of machines and they follow the master-slave architecture. So let's go with the application process with Liquid Galaxy organization. My first advice is to start as early as possible, because if you started early, you'll have time for learning and preparation and exploration of the Liquid Galaxy. You also will get to understand the Liquid Galaxy system and the organization's main focus and how the applications are built around it. Also, we have to meet the pre-requirements. So if you start early, we're going to find time to finish all those pre-requirements early and discuss any missing points with Andrew. So for example, for the pre-requirements, you have to install and set up the Liquid Galaxy system on your system and review the necessary technologies and tools. Of course, you can also, in the application process, you have to explore the documentations and videos before reaching out for help. Of course, there is a community filled with people that will help you along the way if you struggle in anything, but you have to search first in the documentations because I guarantee that you will find what you're looking for. You will also gain hands-on experience with previous projects and contributions. Another rule is to follow the application guidelines. You have to stick to internal deadlines and rules strictly and ensure your application aligns with both GSoC and the LG requirements. Because to be able to be accepted in Liquid Galaxy organization, it's not just about the proposal, it's about everything before it. So the proposal is just the last step. But before it, you have to meet the requirements, you have to understand the Liquid Galaxy system, you have to go through all the documentations, you have to communicate well with the organization and with the community. So you have to also meet the deadlines if there are some deadlines that Liquid Galaxy has, you have to meet them. And of course, you have to meet the Google Summer of Code deadlines, such as the deadline of the proposal and stuff. Also, another thing is to choose your idea. So there is an ideas list that you can choose from, or you can also choose your own idea, but you have to communicate it with Andrew first. And if it's good, you can continue with it with the agreement with you and Andrew. Also, you have to craft a strong proposal. Of course, this is also a strong step, but it comes in the last step after the pre-requirements and everything else that I just mentioned. So you have to define the goals. You have to define the requirements and the plan of your project clearly. To do that, you can use Figma mockups to be able to bring your requirements and the use cases into life, into those mockups, to showcase how your application is going to shine and to show how the visualizations are going to show. Because KML visualizations is very important. So you have to show in those mockups how are you going to show those visualizations and how are you going to show them on the LG rig. You will also have to stay actively engaged. So you have to communicate regularly with your mentors and with Andrew. You have to attend all the community meetings and actively participate. Also, you have to engage on Discord. You have to help your other fellow contributors. You can also ask if you are stuck with anything, but of course, as we mentioned before, you can start with the documentation first and search everything. And if you are still struggling, you can ask on Discord, and of course, you will find supportive mentors and contributors that will help you. And the last step is to contribute and stand out. So find ways to contribute to the community before applying. Take part in the LG contest because there are plenty of them, and try to gain visibility. So now we're accepted and we are done with the application process. What's next? The coding period. So let's talk more about the coding period and what happens and what usually happens with Liquid Galaxy organization. So the first thing is communication. Communication is the key to everything and the key to have completing the project successfully. So, for example, in my case, there was always a weekly follow-up with my mentor. So this is also the case for you. So you have to maintain a weekly follow-ups with the mentors to discuss the progress that you have done, any challenges you are facing, and to keep up with everything. You always have to attend the Liquid Galaxy streamings that always happen regularly for updates, for deadlines and insights, and sharing with other contributors your project and if you're struggling with anything and so on. Also, you have to execute your proposal and stick to your timeline. Bring your proposal to life by following the planned milestones that you proposed in your proposal and address issues promptly and seek mentor guidance whenever needed. Another thing is trying to finish most of your project before the midterm. And has happened in my case in both my projects in 2023 and 2024. So try to finish everything that is important before the midterm to give time for testing, for the feedbacks, to apply any challenges that goes along the way, to adjust it if it's off track, and to give time for anything that might happen. Of course, in with Liquid Galaxy, in my case, and of course it will be in your case too, there was also regular testing and iterations. So the Liquid Galaxy Lab in YEDA runs weekly tests on your projects. And this means that you have to show consistent weekly progress and apply all the feedback received from the previous weekly tests. You have to also test your application to avoid any common errors and ensure smooth performance. Of course, the last point is to stay organized and meet deadlines because, of course, there are some internal deadlines that you have to stick by in the organization. That is not the case with the GSoC timelines. Of course, GSoC has its own default timelines and its deadlines that you have to stick by first, but you also have to stick with the deadlines that are in the internal Liquid Galaxy organization too. So this is usually the coding period with Liquid Galaxy. So let's talk about my project with Liquid Galaxy. In 2023, my project was Humanitarian Aid Panoramic Interactive System, which was a Flutter-based application. It had a tablet and a mobile view. And this was originally done by my mentor Claudia in 2020, but the launch has lagged behind due to COVID-19. So I did some refurbishment for the application. And the idea of the application was to connect those who want to donate something with those who need this thing. This can be with clothes, food, electronic systems, books, educational things, and many more. So it connects with them all over the world. And using, of course, the Liquid Galaxy system, I was able to visualize all this statistics either locally in a specific country or city or globally. So this was the idea for my project in 2023. As for my second year in 2024, my app idea was AI touristic information tool. It utilizes AI, especially generative AI, Google Gemini. And the idea of this app was to help enhance travel planning for users. For example, if they're in a city and they want to find the best dining spot, they want to find the best sightseeing, and or whatever place they want to see, and they don't know, so they put the location on the app, and of course the AI recommendations pop up. The AI recommendations show them the best places, top 10 places, and I had a Google maps inside the application that they can see on if they don't have Liquid Galaxy system, or if they have Liquid Galaxy system, they can view it on the panoramic view on the multiple screens. They can see the whole tour, they can see the points of interest that they want, and there's also a synchronization between the Google Maps and the Liquid Galaxy system. So this was the idea of my application in the second year. So let's talk about my challenges during the coding period. For example, in the first year, I had my final exams in the first 2 weeks of the coding period. So I had to write this down in my proposal and to ensure that the communication is clear, that I won't be, for example, available during those 2 weeks, but I'm going to do more time in the when I get back from those final exams. I'm going to work double the work and try to achieve everything according to the timeline I stated in the proposal to ensure everything goes smoothly. And this was written clearly on the proposal and in the timeline itself, how I'm going to handle losing the first 2 weeks of time and how I'm going to compensate for them. This happened also in the next year in 2024. I also had final exams and also a graduation project. So I also stated clearly in the proposal and I communicated well with Andrew and my mentor. So there are no miscommunications and I ensured that I followed my timeline correctly. So this is also an advice that if you are also struggling with any commitment outside GSoC and you have, for example, some days that you won't be able to work, you have to state that clearly if you know it from the start in the proposal, or if anything happened during the coding period itself, an emergency or something, you have to also communicate it well. And of course, Andrew is going to totally understand it, and the mentors too. But you have to communicate it first with them. Of course, also juggling academic responsibilities alongside GSoC deadlines was a bit challenging, but as I mentioned, I was able to put down a timeline that helps me tackle this challenge. For the technical challenges for the first year, I had to learn Docker for the first time and understand the containerization process. I also had to work with my SQL databases and ensure smooth integration with the Flutter app. This wasn't mentioned in the proposal at the beginning, so I had to do something extra to complete the application and the project smoothly. So, of course, during the coding period, you can find some stuff in the middle that you have to adjust for. For example, you have to add something new that you weren't considering, but you have to adapt quickly. And of course, I wouldn't have done this without the support of the mentors and the community and the many, many resources that Liquid Galaxy have on its site. Also, this helped me in the second year too. Of course, I was working with generative AI, so I had to deal with Gemma. First, my project was Gemma model before it was Gemini. So dealing with Gemma model locally, it had very high response times, which wasn't user-friendly. So by the end, after the midterm, we found that it was not suitable to proceed with it. And we had to refactor the whole system and transition from Gemma to Gemini while maintaining the project stability. So this was also kind of a technical challenge, but because you have to adapt to new technologies, to the problems you face, you have to be able to act quickly. I was able to also to solve this and tackle this challenge quickly. So those were some of my challenges that I met during my coding period with Liquid Galaxy. Okay, now let's talk about the commitment with Liquid Galaxy. If you're going to contribute with Liquid Galaxy, you have to think of how you're going to contribute even after GSoC. You have to think of how you can help Liquid Galaxy organization and community even after or before your GSoC period. So after my first year, I remained actively engaged in the community and I participated in contests like the Flutter and AI Kiss app and winning the first place and earning swags from the Liquid Galaxy community, which was amazing. And I also conducted technical live streamings to share insights and help others, and engaged in Discord discussions to help others or to ask, of course, questions too. So try to always be involved with community. Try to help out by if you know something or you're good at some technical thing, you can do a live streaming for it, or you can do a video or do some resources or documentation that you can help and share with others so they can benefit from it as well. And of course, I returned again for a second year with Liquid Galaxy. And even after my second year, I didn't stop contributing with Liquid Galaxy. And now I'm looking forward to staying involved by becoming a mentor with Liquid Galaxy in 2025. For my personal experience, GSoC was a great journey in both years. I had a journey of learning and growth. I learned a lot of things, either they were technical or non-technical. I had unmatched exposure and opportunities, also sharpened my soft skills, and I got to expand my network and to get to know amazing people and an amazing community. And of course, it led to a strong impression on my resume. So this was my personal experience with the Google Summer of Code. Now I'm going to talk briefly about my Women Tech Maker Ambassador experience. I wouldn't have known about Women Tech Makers except for the help of Andrew, who encouraged me to sign up for the program and to become a Women Tech Maker Ambassador. Women Tech Makers is a global initiative by Google to empower women in tech and to support them by providing resources and providing a supportive network. As a Women Tech Makers Ambassador, I always try to organize events, speak at events, or mentor others, and it aligns perfectly with my mission to empower others and make technology inclusive. So at the end, I just want to give some general advice to you. Don't let technical gaps hold you back. Just be willing to learn, and you will find everything running smoothly. Choose a project site that fits your own schedule so you can fully commit to it. Stay curious and keep asking questions. Every challenge is a learning opportunity, so don't give up. Communication is the key to success. This is also very important, and this is one of the most important advice I can give you. Also, take the leap, it's worth it. So, make the most out of this experience. So, this was it for now, and thank you so much. I hope it was useful to you. Thank you.
Gather around community in the glow of our screens. Together we explore where the light of knowledge beams. From cities to the fields, our journey